right, welcome back to another episode of Catching Colorado. I got my dad here. We are in beautiful Maui, Hawaii, and I'm gonna take him down to my favorite spot to catch a coolie. You've seen it on the channel before. You see my dad on the channel. We did some night walleye fishing. We are gonna go catch some akuli right now. The sun is going down. The akuli come out at night, just like walleye do, and we are going to use some squid strips. But for now, let's travel down there and get some lines on the water. All right, aloha from Hawaii. We're out here on Black Rock Point. I got Dad casting for a coolie. I have got my bait pole set up here with a shrimp on it, and it's pretty windy out. It's not too great, but we're gonna cast here for a little bit. The sun's gone down, and this is when the akuli like to bite. So we'll see if we can pick off a couple, and hopefully you can hear me. It's getting kind of dark out, but we're excited. Hopefully we'll catch some fish. It's also very windy out, so I'm not sure how successful we'll be with all the wind. A lot of times I've caught these akuli, it's in a calmer night. Also have some bait we're dunking out here with my dunking pole. I've got a 10-foot Akuma travel pole. I have one of the Hawaiian bells I picked up from New Maui Fishing Supply. And we've got 25-pound test to a 3-way swivel dunking rig. So we'll see if we can pick up a fish on that. And then over here, we're using Ika or squid behind a hammer bomb about 2 feet down. And this is a flashing hammer bomb we got here. See if we can pick up some fish. There you go. Sometimes I've caught them right now, and then other times I'll catch them right as it gets dark. But usually it's like right now. Oh, you might have gotten bit. Bring it up here. You got bit. At some point you got bit.
Okay.
Oh no, it looped up. Never mind. You're good, you're good.
Okay.
I thought you got bit off. It looped up.
I wish I'd see him come and bite this time.
What's up?
So I wish they'd just come bite this time.
Yep.
Oh, that was bad. When you do the drop bait like what you're doing, what are you hoping to catch usually?
With the shrimp,
Yeah.
something bigger. So a lure, redfish, you know, something that's like, I don't know, this size or bigger.
Okay.
Where this, you know, coolie are pretty big, but they're about, you know, yay long max. They're just a fun fighting fish. Turtle or something right there. Barely see the thing in the water.
Flashing bait that I have.
Yep.
What am I actually trying to represent?
You're just trying to attract the fish to whatever's sparkling, and then they see the squid and they go, yep, want that. So the flashing does mostly nothing, except for most fish in the ocean, they flash due to light. Light hits them and then they flash because they're swimming.
Okay.
And so they're keying in on the flash basically, but it hasn't, like, you're not imitating anything that's red and green in the water. It's just more the flash of it is attracting them close. And then hopefully, you know, they bite onto our bait because they see it.
I see. That is wild.
There we go. That was a good toss. Yeah, it's kind of cool, huh? Video it with your phone. Come on, a coolie. Good morning, everybody. Out here this morning at Canoe Beach in Maui. And I've got one rod out so far. We're doing a little dunking on that pole. I was getting bit off by a bunch of reef fish. I just have a piece of shrimp on there. So I cast it out a bit further, try again. And I'm also rigging up my whipping pole, which this is the Traveler rod by TFO. And gonna cast some lures. I got one stuck. I was trying to show my son kind of how to cast and retrieve. He's only 3. So we got it stuck in the rock. So gonna re-rig real quick and throw out there and see if we can catch fish. Just tying on a Carolina rig here. Got a little crappie tube from home in red. Figured I was gonna try that. Probably way too big for this hook, but we're gonna do it anyway. There's a turtle right there, right off the beach. Had a turtle like right here-ish. He just came up and went back down. So in the state of Hawaii, this practice is known as whipping. And it's basically just casting and retrieving. Same thing you would do with like a jerk bait or a jig. Usually retrieve it a little bit faster here. So that the fish don't have as much time to see what it is. They just want to react and bite it. I'm using a Carolina rig. So I've got a lead sinker, little egg sinker tied to a swivel. And then I have 12-pound fluorocarbon down to a little ahi hook. And this right now is a red crappie tube. Little baby turtle in that surf right there. Got another rod in the water that is purely a dunking rod. So it's just got a piece of shrimp on it, and we're going for like a papillo or just some other little bit better fish. There's that turtle again, just surfaced. And I really hope he doesn't find my line, because that would suck. I caught a fish. I have no idea what this thing is. Look at this. What the hell is that thing? Whoa, that is wild. That is so wild. I have no idea what that is. I don't want to touch it though. See if Google can help me figure out what this is. We'll let this guy go. That might be good bait. But the reef fish have absolutely tanked it. And it is almost gone. Shout out to my guy John for showing me this setup. But basically you want to take a full piece of shrimp. They have these little like knife guards on the head, and you just want to break the head free like that. Don't need the head, so we just toss that back in the ocean, and then you're just going to connect your shrimp to the actual hook. I always go backwards. I think he was doing it like this, where you just kind of go down the middle of the body and you try to thread as much of the shrimp onto the hook as possible. I think that's good. We're gonna cast it out here. It's best if you just wait for the surf to kind of recede a little bit. So you got this, surf's receding, and then whack it out there. That was a good one. Nice and deep. And then while your line is free spooling, you're just gonna run it back to the beach and stick it in your rod holder. And then give it a second to sink, and then you'll tighten it all up. You go for a bend at the top and then stick your bell in. Then when you got that pole chilling, then you can just come out here with your other pole and you're just listening for that bell. Anything worthwhile is gonna hit that bell and ring it. And then we can kind of cast off the rocks here in the surf. You just wanna make sure you have a quicker retrieve or you're gonna get stuck a lot. So I retrieve pretty quick. A lot of people try to find like a point to get on to cast these things out. I just try to arc it a lot. And then I give myself, I would guess, probably 10 cranks before it's in the surf. And it's hard to see at that point. But whatever it is, that's what I caught. Like an inshore lizard fish is what I can see it saying. All right, well, we caught the one sand lizard fish, and I've got my pole still out here trying to dunk. May want to move here in a little bit, just try something different, but switched out a couple plastic lures, been casting a little bit and trying to stay out of the sun. I got a little burnt yesterday on the boat, so trying to avoid doing that again. So I'm sitting here watching my rod, and I just casted it out. It wasn't very long, and I just see the end of it just start really bending over. And I'd just thrown it out there, so I know it wasn't hung up on anything. And I set the hook on it, and I'm hooked up into something. I don't know what, but I'm hooked up. So I'm holding it, I'm reeling it. Next thing I know, snap off. So I have no idea what I just hooked into, but I fought it for a couple seconds. It didn't swim super hard, so I'm hoping that it wasn't like a turtle or something, but I definitely hooked into something big, and then it snapped me off. This morning, the tide is going down. I want to catch the high tide later this afternoon, so there's a crab right there. Look at that crab. Right, here we are, Kaanapali Beach. It is Wednesday of week number 2. We're doing a little fishing. Let's go. The day before yesterday, somebody was snorkeling off this beach here, and they got bit in the toe by an eel, and it went all the way down to the bone. Some lady, they had to get the EMTs to come take her out of here. Then yesterday there was a shark sighting off the same beach. I fished 3 days ago and I hooked into something big just down the beach here on just a piece of shrimp. And I was talking to one of the ladies at the concierge desk. She was like, yeah, I hate to say it, but you know, we see a lot of sharks over there because the river that brings the fresh water from up mountain also brings, you know, pig blood, chicken, blah blah blah, all this stuff. So anyway, we got high tide. Fishing prediction is pretty good. Moon phase is good. And we're gonna cast out in front of the canoes at Canoe Beach. Right in front of Canoe Beach. So we've got this sand spike. It's kind of cool because it stays collapsed, and then you loosen it up and then you just twist it, and now you have a taller PVC pipe, and this bolt that acts as a rod stop, so your rod doesn't go any further, and then you can kind of stick it in the sand however fits your fancy. I like to go a little bit of an angle because then you get a better kind of position for your bell. So that thing's now in the water. So I leave my 3-way swivel always tied. We got our main line here. We have our hook line here, which is the same test. And then we have a thinner, much smaller weight line, and it's just got a loop tied in the end of it, and I'll show you how that works. So 3 ounce is pretty popular here. For my rod, I can just barely handle the 3 ounce. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pinch that loop nice and tight, slide it through the hole of the weight, and then you're just gonna put the body of the weight right back through that hole. So it's kind of like a slip hold, and that's all you need. Now we just got to put the bait on. All right, again, shrimp is on the menu. We don't need the head of this thing, so we're gonna take the head and just pull it off, throw that back in the ocean. Then we're gonna try to get a little water on our hands here. Thread that hook inside of this shrimp, kind of as deep as possible. Really want to kind of hide that hook in there. Also helps with grip. Grips it a lot better when you do it that way. There you go. Now you're baited. Got out there pretty good. And then we're just gonna leave a free spool all the way back to the pole holder. And then is when we close the bail. Stick the pole in the holder. And then we're just letting it sink for a second. While that's happening, we're gonna grab our bell, slide it into the bell holder. And then we're just gonna tighten down the line until we get a nice bend in the end of the rod. So nothing crazy, just a slight bend in the end of the rod just to make it tight. And then we got our bell right here, and that'll ring and go off, and then down to our sand spike. Whipping rods are essentially jigging or jerk bait rods. You just rig it up a Carolina style. So I've got this little sinker on here. This is about a 1 ounce egg sinker on the line direct. And then we've got a little swivel here, a swivel just to connect the 2 lines. And then I got about 6 feet of leader here, and that goes right to this ahi hook with a little green grub on it. And that's basically it. I'm gonna cast that out and then retrieve it pretty quick. Try to see if we can get a feisty fish to bite. Shaka brah, I'm hooked up. Woo! Look Look at that, it's a goatfish. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, there we go. Goatfish. Right on. Check that out. Hey, how's it going?
What'd you catch?
I think it's a goatfish. I can't remember the exact name of it. But yeah, it's a little reef fish. Nothing too crazy.
What do they eat for bait?
I'm just using these little strips right now. So these just mimic like what looks like a tiny bait fish.
Oh, okay.
And it's just Carolina rigged. So it's just a weight behind a swivel. And then
just like
6 foot to a strip. They call these strips.
Oh yeah, it's just like normal, kind of like.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh, I thought it would be like
Yeah, pretty normal stuff. And then I got shrimp on this one.
Oh.
But yeah, that's like I think it's like a goatfish is what they call it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool though. Oh, he's got like whiskers.
Yeah, he's got the little whiskers.
Yeah,
That's how he feels around and eats.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Oh. All right. Goatfish. Yes, sir. Hooked up here in Maui. Clean them off real quick so you can see them. Beautiful. Beautiful fish. We're going to put him back. Some lungs, and there he is. See you later, buddy. He's out. All right, first fish today, whipping on Maui. Goatfish, really cool little fish. I felt him bite a couple times, and then he came back and just smashed it. Really fun fish. We're gonna get back out there. Hey. So this one I got shrimp on.
Oh yeah?
And then I just used a strip just a second ago, and I caught one of those goatfish, I think. They got they're red and they have the little things underneath.
Yeah.
So I just caught that on a strip. I just.
What's that one? Did you oh, you probably got it on your
No.
thing, huh?
Yeah, I got it on here. It was like, I don't know, that big. I don't know if they're good eating or not. I always put a lot of things back because I'm like, if I don't know how to cook it, then it's gonna go back.
Right.
But yeah, I just.
Fun though, right?
Yeah, a ton of fun. I love fishing out here. I'll show you the video. You can see it. I just took one on my phone too.
Oh, yeah, that's a Moano.
Moano.
Yeah. And then they have this other one called Moano Kali.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Is there something to compare to that? Like a
Oh,
or a foot?
let's see.
Pictures is kind of hard.
Yeah.
That's good size. So it was bigger than this.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely bigger
Wow.
than that.
That's a good size one.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of fun. So yeah, I just threw him back.
Super good eating.
I was actually fishing off the rocks down there a couple days ago. I don't know what I hooked. I hooked something big.
Yeah.
And it just, my whole rod was like,
Sometimes you might snag a turtle.
oh.
Yeah.
So maybe that might have been it.
Could've
Yeah, because it didn't bounce like a papillo.
Yeah, it just like pull hard.
It just pulled, yeah.
like a wet towel.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So it might have been a turtle then.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well, it came free, thank God, and I had the hook, so I knew I didn't like snag something, but
There's a turtle rescue team that comes quite often, and they come and they swim, and if they see a turtle, they're one of the only ones that are certified to grab them.
oh, okay.
Throw them in a little floaty thing, and they bring it up to the shore.
Okay.
Then they'll take out the hook and.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know a lot of these hooks, they'll rust out within a few days.
Yeah, so they have these other hooks. I don't know where you bought your tackle from. They have these barbless hooks.
Oh, okay.
So if it gets in their mouth, they can spit those
They can
things.
just spit it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
the ones with the barb, that's the ones that are.
Yeah, they stay in there.
Yeah. And you can actually buy the ones with the barb, and all you do with those pliers is you squeeze the barb in.
Oh, yeah,
And then it's like a regular.
Just smash it down. Yeah. No, we do that a little bit in fly fishing too.
Yeah,
kind of
that's
same
what
thing.
it is.
Just makes it easier.
Yeah.
All right, I'm making a move. I am going to move closer to these rocks down here. See if I can make anything happen. There we go. Fish on. Needlefish. Needlefish, needlefish. Check it out. Yahoo! Yes, sir. Hooked up. All right. The GoPro died. I didn't realize it. Check it out. Got a needlefish. Look at that thing. How wild is that? So cool. See if I can free him here. Here you go, buddy. You can put him back in the surf right here. Check it out. Thing's pretty badass. All right. Here you go, buddy. Classic case of thinking the GoPro's on and then realizing it's not. Just caught a needlefish right here off Canoe Beach on a little patriotic strip. I've got a piece of shrimp out there dunking, and I'm about to call it a morning. We've had a pretty fun one so far. Caught a goatfish and then caught a needlefish, and gonna pack it in. Got some lunch plans and then probably come back out tonight. All right, yes sir, we caught some fish. We got some fishing in. Now we're going back to the hotel to swim with the boys. But for now, I'd say that's a pretty successful trip. Thanks for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in more relatable content, you can check out these videos right here. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe down below so you can stay updated on our next adventures.